Good morning and welcome. It's 9:30. It's the 4th day of February 2022. Super Bowl weekend, I think. It's 61 degrees, windy and sunny here in Ventura, California. And it's Friday, which means it's time for seeing if there's any news we missed since the last time we spoke. There's a few minor stories. Nothing major going on. Of course, Wizards of the Coast has a new president. As you know, Wizards of the Coast's pre-existing president got digivolved to becoming the new CEO of Hasbro, which now means that Wizards of the Coast has a new president. Yes, sorry, Jeremy Crawford is not the president of Wizards of the Coast. This is Microsoft's Cynthia Williams. Cynthia Williams is joined by Tim Fields as Senior Vice President. Over at Microsoft, she was the General Manager and Vice President, Gaming Ecosystem Commercial Team. I don't know what that means. And was heavily involved in Xbox growth. Field was also CVO of a mobile gaming studio called Kabam Games. Does she have any actual knowledge of D&D or Magic the Gathering or any Wizards of the Coast products? Well, she claims that she's played Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering since she was a child. She's very happy to be joining Wizards and Hasbro's. I'm sure that huge check she got to jump ship from Microsoft to come over to Hasbro didn't help. And she's going to be, I guess, ushering in the next stage of the evolution of Wizards of the Coast, which means people are concerned that since we hired a Microsoft person, is the future of Wizards of the Coast digital? Are we going to see a Wizards of the Coast video game line? Yeah, they already have one they're working on called AAA Digital Games. Are we going to see a Wizards of the Coast sponsored official virtual tabletop instead of D&D Beyond? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? If they could. I mean, it depends. Is it more cost effective for them to make their own or just to continue to support D&D Beyond and get their percentage of the D&D Beyond money without having to pay anybody to do the work? Cost effectively is probably more effective for them to just continue to get their percentage of D&D Beyond and not make their own. That way they don't have to pay anybody to do the work, but they get paid because D&D Beyond uses their stuff. Really, why buy your own? Why buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free? Is the future of Wizards of the Coast digital, or will they continue to create analog product like the current Mordekainen masterpiece of Monster Mayhem gift set? Yes and yes. Of course they're going digital. And of course you're going to see more and more product be digital direct with the option to buy actual physical books, but they're going to be incredibly expensive books like the gift set. You're going to see the prices of the physical books go up. That just goes without saying because production is more expensive and paper is more expensive. I mean, I don't know if you was last time you looked out the window, but trees gone. It's in order for them to reap their losses, they're going to have to raise the prices of the physical product, which means the only way they can justify that is making super deluxe gift set stuff like the new Xanthars, Tasha's, Mordekainen's thing. So yes, there will be still physical stuff, but it'll be very expensive stuff. Core stuff, nope, that's all going digital. It's more cost effective to go digital. It's easier for them. They can, spend less money to get more bang for their buck. They could add on all sorts of digital bells and whistles and change things automatically. They don't have to make multiple articles backtracking at what they previously said. So yes, the future of Wizards of the Coast is digital. That's why they hired a Microsoft person. Is she just a virtue hiring because she's female? Or did they hire her because she actually has experience in taking IPs and taking them into the future that is digital? Who knows? Hopefully she'll do a good job. And, but whatever. It's Wizards of the Coast. In other news, hey, there's a Dark Souls role-playing game coming out. And it's going to be 5e compatible. No, it is not Dungeons & Dragons compatible, but it uses the 5e engine, a topic we discussed badly last week. The creators of the games have made a very long article about how they're going into 5e and changing it and rewriting it and making new rules and classes to better reflect the world of Dark Souls, which means it's not 5e. It's a completely different game, just using the 5e engine, which means the only reason you're using the 5e engine is because you get that extra money for using the 5e engine. I mean, you should have just made a system or used an existing system that was Dark Souls related, because there already are several games. I don't know, you could spend all this money for the Dark Souls game to get a D&D version of Dark Souls with all sorts of new backwardsy mechanics that don't really make it 5e anymore. Or you could spend half that money and buy Morkborg, tabletop role-playing game of the year last year. A lot cheaper, and it does the exact same thing. If you want a Dark Souls role-playing game, buy Morkborg. Hey, they're rebooting D20 Modern. Everyday Heroes is being done by Evil Genius Productions. It's rebooting sometime in 2022. And they're calling it Everyday Heroes. So D&D Modern was a rule set that came out at the very beginning of the OGL. So if you wanted to do modern day supernatural or, stuff like that, but use the D&D rules, they came out with it. And it was okay. It wasn't great. But these guys are now doing one, and they're trying to make a really good urban action, modern day heroes, supernatural, whatever type game, but it's using a D20 modern system, so it's sort of D&D-ish, but not really. I mean, the D20 modern and D&D were completely different. I mean, there was a lot of they had classes and, magic and stuff like that, but yeah. So that should be something to be interested. I am on the waiting list for it, and we'll see what happens when they actually announce it. So yeah, and now we can move on to any other news? Okay. So we know Mordecai's is out, and in Mordecai's they changed a lot of stuff. And Wizards of the Coast has spent the past 2 years explaining why they changed a lot of stuff. But apparently they don't think they did good enough job, because almost within seconds of Mordecai hitting the shelves of your local store, they have released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, 4 videos and 1 article, once again explaining the changes, explaining how the changes work, explaining things like, oh, wait, this is actually what we meant, you're reading the changes wrong, backwards pedaling, trying to, we see that you're confused, and no, why does Jeremy Crawford feel the need to make 4 videos and 2 articles explaining monsters if he's already spent the last 2 years explaining the changes? Because maybe people are upset with the changes, or maybe monsters isn't actually what you said it was going to be, because I've already heard 2 people say, oh, wait, it's not what they said it was going to be. And it all just boils down to the lore. After going through all that time of saying the lore is problematic, people are saying, no, wait, we want the lore. And now Wizards of the Coast and Crawford is saying, okay, no, what you really want is this. And I know we said, but what we really said, and you're not understanding what we're saying. So you know what? We're probably going to have to go back and rewrite this. Yeah, just in time for 2024. If you have to make 4 videos and multiple articles, and I'm sure there's going to be more, explaining something that you just spent the previous 2 years explaining, obviously something's wrong. Hopefully Wizards of the Coast's new president will change this going forward. We've got another crowdfunder coming on for a company called Roll for Charity that supports charities in the United Kingdom. It's $100, but you get a really cool looking t-shirt and a bunch of digital content and a bunch of coupons to buy both physical and digital stuff. It's £18, which I think is $21 American. So if you want to support charities in the UK, you can go over to the Roll for Charity website, spend £18 for a t-shirt, and get about $100 worth of coupons, digital content, and 1 or 2 actual physical things from multiple companies, including Mofidius. Modifius. And that's about it. All right, we'll be back with this week's editorial. Till then, I am the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Please subscribe. Chill's trying to hit that mythical 1,000 subs by August 4th. We'll see what we happen. Have a great weekend. Go Super Bowl commercials. See ya. Look at me. I'm dark. And it's my soul. I'm a dark soul. Ah!